Hey, welcome back. If you stuck around during the break, thank you. If you're just joining us, my name is Kevin Fear. I'm the president and CEO of Mattress Express, a chain of luxury bedding stores. If you want to learn more about us, you can go to mattressexpressny.com. You can call 1-800-NEW-BEDS during business hours. That will connect you with the closest store. Our website is mattressexpressny.com. You can email me at pillowtalkquestion@gmail.com. And this is a show about sleep. If you're joining us for the first time, we talk about all different aspects of sleep. We got an interesting one today. We're going to go over an article from the Daily Mail. I want to remind you why we're different. We have all the brands. Nobody has all the brands under one roof that we have, but we have the largest selection of flex head beds in New York State. What is a flex head bed? A flex head bed, if you were looking down at your bed from the ceiling, for example, a regular bed would just be a big rectangle, right? A flex head bed has a slit 1/3 of the way down from the top, right in the center. So each head goes up and down independently, but the rest of the mattress is solid. You can buy two separate mattresses and put them side by side, like a king is two twin XLs, and a lot of brands do that. A lot of people don't like that gap down the middle. We sell Tempur-Pedic, and that's how Tempur-Pedic does it. We sell Puffy, and that's how they do it. But we have a lot of other brands. Our Personal Comfort, the Smart Bed by Instant Comfort. We can make each side as soft as from. They're all available in flex heads. We have a whole line of therapeutic flex heads, Posh and Lavish's flex head, and more. Nobody has all the flex heads that we have, and they're very, very popular because you and your partner can each do your own thing, and you can also elevate the feet independently, believe it or not. It's a great way to sleep. We don't really sleep flat anymore. Some do, but and I tell people, especially if you're older and you've never had an adjustable base. I love analogies. And I tell people it's like heated seats. I remember when heated seats came out in cars. Now, I say that when they became popular, which was probably in the 90s. Ironically, I'm a classic car collector. I have a couple 66 Cadillacs, and you could get heated seats in 1966. Very rare option, but it didn't really become popular, I don't think, until the 90s. But when it first came out, many people said, I would never pay for that. That's just crazy. And then once you happen to get a car that has it, you said, I'll never live without it. It's kind of how an adjustable base is for many people. Once you get one, you think you would never use it, but once you get one and you see how comfortable it is, you won't live without one. People like to sit in a reclining chair. They like to crank back, crank up the head, crank up the feet. That's what an adjustable base is, okay? I sleep with my head elevated probably about 3 or 4 inches. I just find it more comfortable. Takes the pressure off my lower back, makes it easier to breathe. That's just for me. Everybody's different, right? One of the challenges we face when couples come into our store is they think that certain aspects of their sleeping routine are embarrassing, and they're not always right up front with us. And you really should be. There's nothing embarrassing, and we got to help you find. You spend the right bed. You spend 1/3 of your life in bed, and it affects everything you do. It affects your mental acuity. It dramatically affects your health. It affects how you perform at work. It affects how you drive. It affects relationships. Goes on and on and on and on. It affects your weight. It really does. So one of the article today is on Daily Mail. I'm a big news guy. I love to stay up on the news. And this is Cameron Diaz, the actress, wants to normalize married couples sleeping in separate bedrooms and reveals if it's her and Benji Madden's lifestyle. I'm guessing Benji Madden is her husband, her partner. But we have a lot of people. I think they said 1/3 of all married couples sleep in separate beds, and that's okay. That works for you. There's nothing wrong with that, but you have to tell us when you come in. People will come in and go, we just need a bed for the spare room, because they're embarrassed to tell you that. And we don't want, sometimes when you're buying a spare room bed, you don't buy the same quality or level you would buy for yourself. So you got to tell us if you're going to be sleeping in this every night, because you got to get the right bed. Don't be embarrassed to say that. It works for a lot of people, and that's what like 1/3 of all married couples. So don't be embarrassed. We hear it. This is stuff we hear all the time. Let's go through this article. They describe it as a controversial This is the actress 51 shared the controversial take on a recent episode of Molly Sims' podcast. It says we should normalize sleep. We should normalize separate bedrooms. I don't think it's that strange. I don't do that with my wife, but I don't think it's that strange. Different people, especially as you get older, especially if you're remarrying at a later age, some people snore, some people they've slept in their own bed for a long time, whatever reason, they have different schedules, whatever works for you. Ironically, it says that she doesn't do that with her husband, Miss Diaz. Well, appearing on Anna Faris's podcast in 2021, the star recalled beating and how she fined Benji, her husband. Okay, we don't want to hear about that. We're talking about sleep. Sometimes I go through these articles while I'm on with you. All right, who cares what she thinks? Her opinion is it's normal to sleep in separate beds, and I agree. So my biggest point of this is it's very normal. A third of all couples sleep in separate beds. Another solution to this is the smart bed by Instant Comfort. Sometimes people are sleeping in separate beds because they have different tastes in what they want in a bed. And they don't even realize it. We'll have couples come in. We'll put them on a smart bed. A smart bed is where you can make each side as soft or as firm as you like. There's 45 individual settings on each side. It comes in the flex head, which I just described in King or Queen. It's got a reversible cover, cool for summer, warm for winter. Beautiful beds. We sell a lot of them. We're one of the largest sellers in the nation. And we always start at the highest, which is 50, and we dial it down until you tell us you're comfortable. And say we dial the wife in, and we don't really tell you what the number is right away because we want to see, honestly, where you fall. So the wife might come in at like a 20, and the husband might come in at like a 40. And we say, okay, you guys have dramatically different tastes in the feel of the bed. And they may not even realize it. There's another reason people sleep in separate beds. So maybe you don't want to sleep in a separate bed, but you are because of your taste in mattresses. And the answer to that is the smart bed by Instant Comfort. Why do they call it the smart bed? Because it's the smart move. It's smart. Smart to have a bed that you can get in the same bed, make each side soft and firm. You can elevate each head independently from each other because it's a flex head. You can elevate and raise and lower the feet independently. You can even get massage on each side independently. So it's like having your own bed on each side, but you're both in the same bed. And that seam doesn't go all the way down the middle. So they have what they call the cuddle zone in the middle. Listen, if you've never tried one of these, grab your partner and just stop in. We're not high pressure. You just come in and try it. Most people like it. Some people don't. Some people go, this isn't for me. But I got to tell you, most people that, and it's incredibly rare that anybody ever buys one and comes back and says, yeah, I don't like this. It's very, very, very rare. It's probably the least customer remorse bed that we sell. People love it because you can make it anything you want. It's fully customizable. Industry leading 25-year warranty. And the best part about it is they're component beds. What do I mean by that? The bed is put together with big zippers on the sides. So if a piece of the bed ever fails, you can unzip it, take it out, and zip a new piece in. You can't do that with any other bed. Think about that for a minute. You have a bed that's sagging or something, or a springs fails on the inside, you throw it away and go buy a new one. If something fails on this bed, or you spill something on it, or it gets damaged, you're moving it, whatever, you just unzip it, order the new piece, and zip it in. How cool is that? If you want to try one of these things, come to mattressexpressny.com and get the location nearest you. You can call 1-800-NEW-BEDS. You can go to mattressexpressny.com. You can chat live on the website. I always forget to say that during business hours. And you can call 1-800-NEW-BEDS. If you have a question for me, email me at pillowtalkquestion@gmail.com. We're here every week. Pillow Talk, show about sleep. Share your experiences, share your ideas. I love to talk about new things. We interview people from time to time. I'm heading up against the break right now. Stick around. The next segment I think you'll find interesting. This is Kevin Fear, and this is Pillow Talk.